That's the weirdest thing for me.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's all good.
Let me ask you something. 'Cause I've been waiting to ask you this question. With what you do and how involved you are, you've been a local guy. You are a master of your craft. Those sort of things. Do you ever find that people look at you as an exploitive relationship? Like, I know this man, or I know him past this, so he's going to do something extra for me because blah, 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 blah. Does it frustrate you?
Yes. Because there's just way too many people that feel like that.
I feel 100%.
Just on my end, I don't really know how to like juggle everyone, how to deal with all the people that feel special, all the first cousins, all the friends from elementary school, all the, clients since, like it's just everyone's like so special. So it's like how do I treat everyone special? If everyone's special, like then that means everyone's not special,
right?
Essentially, right?
Yeah, it was like,
it's the familiarity of the area we're in.
I understand why. It makes complete sense to me. Is because no one's thinking about the next person, and that's what the problem is. Like no one's thinking like, hey, I wonder if someone else just hit him up, or I wonder if someone else asks him the same question. Like no one thinks about that. They just think about their perspective and what they need from me. They never think like maybe he's getting bothered by this like all the time. Like,
right?
Or has he ate today?
Right.
That's
That's a big
Has
one.
he sat for 20 minutes today?
they don't think.
Like you don't think about that? Like
They don't.
It's easy for us to open stuff. That's how I put it. Like whatever. You look at it as opening credit lines. The huge issue with young people opening credit lines and spending and spending and spending.
Like it's nothing.
Same thing with those texts. Same things with those tasks. All those little things you can do real quick. I could do this real quick. I'll help them real quick. I'll do that real quick. And then all the stuff is open. And then by the time, you're running people over. You're not giving people even a second of thought because you haven't given yourself a second of thought. And so we're short with each other. We're, oh man, you can't just do this for me. Like, what's wrong with you, Manny? And no matter what you say, I'm thinking of my stuff. I'm thinking of what I have going on and how that's more important to me right now than your time. And when we do that, it gets ugly.
Yeah, everybody's credit score low, man.
Yeah.
Everybody want to open up all these accounts with different people, different situations, different areas, You get yourself in trouble somewhere. Now how you mad? This is my other thing too, man. When people get locked up in this town, please stop saying free them. I'm gonna say it I'm gonna say it. Stop saying to free them. It was their choice. That means you love them for what they do in that mess. You don't love them for who they could be. That means you just love them for who they are. Your credit score low, bro.
I don't know if I can speak to that just because I'm not familiar with the context of the situation, but I definitely think personal responsibility should play. Memes are the thing, right? And I remember seeing one talking about, when you're a business owner and people are always asking you for favors, those aren't your friends because your friends would be supporting your business, right? And I think that's true with anything that you do, right? The only time you hear from someone is when they need something, if you are in a position where you're of value, people are always going to seek to take advantage of that value in some way, right?
Should be one hand wash another, but it's in Norwich, it's not like that.
No. Everybody snatches what they can, but it's also because, circling back to a little bit of that survival mentality, everyone's here just moving and grooving, and they're only thinking, okay, what do I need? What do I need? What do I need? What do I need? Because they don't have the luxury to think about anything else, So it's like, it's a balancing act. You got to be taken seriously and learn to identify the difference between someone who may be in need that you can help and someone who's always going to take from you.
Yeah.
Definitely in a very changing time, because I guarantee you 10 years ago, we couldn't sit down and have this conversation.
Yo.
We probably wouldn't even be texting each other. We'd probably just be like, yo, how you doing? Or, hey, nice cut. Who cut your hair, Manny? Oh, nice. Like, you wouldn't know that all of us sitting in the same room do business. We understand business. We understand, and we develop, and we help develop a language that many don't get to speak in the town. But now it's nice that we have this language, so now we can give out, and it's only going to grow. And if you catch on, you catch on.
Yeah.
You don't, man, your credit score going to be low, bro. We teamed up to get our credit right. How many families you hear say, yo, we teamed up to get our credit right?
Yeah.
No, that's true right there.
How many family members be like, yo, 3 of us thought we all had awful credit. We all did A, B, C, D, helped each other pay this off, that off. We put all this credit together. We made this account. We did this. We got this business going. We got a car wash that pays the bills.
Yep.
Hey, you know, and you know, you're also thinking ahead to the future. The question that I have for all of you in the room, you know, we kind of briefly glossed over the difference between like having the means, but no longer having like the willingness to make the change. We all see holes in our community, and everyone sitting in this room now, or is very close to, being able to do something about it. So how do we all of ourselves? It's an interpersonal question too. It doesn't even require like a verbal response. But, you know, now that we have the means, why the fuck aren't we doing something? You know what I mean? You know, if it's a creative and a cultural venue, why does Strange Brew got to do it? Why don't we just have an event space? We know all the people who can do it. Why aren't we hosting a live event with Mally or, you know, any of that stuff? Like, why? Why not?
Resource.
Okay.
Content. It's a big one. If you don't have the knowledge of the camera or the knowledge of how the content and algorithm works, why bother?
It's hard to partner up with people in Norwich because, especially like a big group of partners trying to do one thing, because it's like when it comes to teamwork, there's still just one mind or one, you know, like there's one person who has to be leading the way. If you have like 5 people as a team, but all 5 are trying to lead the way, this is not going to work.
Yeah, that's true. Roles are important, right? I mean,
it's got to be one person that's just a leader. It just has to be. It's just like the rules of teamwork.
Now, I think, and we're definitely seeing the roles being fulfilled in the area. You know, like I truthfully think that there's no excuse for this town not to thrive within the next 3 to 4 years. There's no excuse, right?
Yeah, agreed.
It's no excuse. Like even economically, like there's no excuse, bro.
I've thought like this like 10 or 15 years ago. I was thinking the same thing that you're thinking right now. Like, oh man, like another 5 or 10 years, man. Yeah, it's just gonna. And it's just like time just keeps going, and it's like, damn, man, it's really. Remember, Utopia, whatever that shit.
Oh
Yeah.
I was downtown. I had a smoke shop downtown back then. It was 07, and where I was like, damn, Utopia's coming. Damn, it's gonna be different around here in about 5 or 10 years.
Oh, it was different, all right. But I mean, I only say it because all right, I look at the world. Number 1, I look at the United States. Number 2, right? Looking at the world, they're doing a whole. It gets so deep. I ain't trying to get us flagged off of YouTube. So we're not even trying. But when there's war, there's money.
Yeah.
Right. Then you bounce back to America, where there's money, there's war. So it's like, hey, we like money. We're in debt. We need some help. So everything's changing. The dollar may not be the dollar in 5 years, right? Who's to say we're not going to hit crypto? I know that shit's really low right now, but
Man, I don't think it's.
I don't think it's gonna boom. I don't think.
But you know what I realized? Things just physically barely change. Like, you know what changes is just the people. The people come and go. But the way things are around here, just in look and stuff, it's really not gonna change. It's just gonna be the people that's just gonna change, man. Like, they have these buildings from like 1800, man. Like, same
with no heart to renovate them either. Like, just leave it.
It's just.
But who's they, man? Because
the money. That's the other conversation. them boats
right
on
there,
across the
right?
water.
Yeah.
That is a family that owns something around here. Whether it's this library, whether it's this block, or whether it's that police station. Somebody on that boat owns something.
That's a good point. And,
That's the issue.
And I think it's important to stop saying they. We gotta. I mean.
Oh yeah, I need to find. Oh, I'll find out.
No, well,
Who is
I
that?
don't think that's the direction. Maybe my idea would be to come and go, to go do something somewhere else where things are already happening, and then bring it back here.
Okay,
But it's to a degree you can only go about so far because they own it.
for now.
No.
I mean,
if I go out there and get something and I bring it back here, it's mine.
Yeah, but okay, that is yours. That is yours. You worked for it. That's your heart. You went somewhere. You came back here.
Yeah.
Great. Who's to say? I know Manny. Manny knows me. I know him. You're coming from. You were here. You're coming back. Oh, we don't fuck with his business.
but that's our fault. That's not a they thing anymore. That's our fault.
So
okay. Let me backtrack for you. I'm not saying that's what we do.
Right.
I'm saying that's what's going on, bro.
That's what they do,
The
yeah.
issue is where the money is. There's no culture. So therefore, we're never gonna ever see a lick of the money
Well-
or see a lick of change in a building or a renovation of a building because we don't know where the money is. Are we getting there? Yes. We got Darrell Wilson running. Like, we got some good people who are finding out the resource it takes to get in them positions to change stuff. Like, once it fully develops there, then yes, I can say come back. Hey, I support you. You support me because I know where the money's at. But for right now, it's back to survival. It's basically gonna be survival move.
I think that mentality is and to some degree what has caused the thing that Manny was talking about, which is this turnover, right? Where nothing ever changes here. It's just a cycle of new people. Now they're in those positions. Now this guy's that guy that everybody knows, and then they move on and they move about their way. If we start, instead of saying them, and start thinking about what we can do, maybe we don't need them. I mean, the one thing about money that you learn in business is that it's really subjective, right? There's a certain amount of work involved. The idea is always to get a maximum return for the less amount of work, right? But I think you flip the script when you're trying to change a narrative on something. Here, enough of us have the means to do it on our own without them, right? Without the they. But we reason that it would be easier or it would be harder to do it that way because they will get in the way or they don't understand, but fuck them. I mean, it's us. And if it's not us, in 5 or 10 years, we'll be sitting there thinking, oh, I wish we had done that because now it looks the same. Now my kids are here and they're doing the same thing I was doing, right? Or they left, you know?
I hear it, but again, can't really do too much when you aren't the soil.
Okay.
Right.
That's fair.
I'd rather go to a different city or state and make a buttload of money or make whatever it is, and then come back here and then enjoy it or spread it, and then come back here and present what I've made, whatever it is that my brand is, the thing. Make the shop here, the concert, the whatever is the show. After I go make it somewhere else where they'll accept something good, bring some goodness back.
I'm doing that too. That's my same goal too. But
Jay here from Hoodie Talk. Listen, if you made it this far, do me a favor, like, subscribe, and share this. Make sure you comment, talk to us, interact with me. Thanks for coming by, and hey, thanks for watching this far. Keep going. The gems and information get better. Peace out. It's that easy.
I'm trying to make the money here and then go back to Cape Verde. And
Right.
See, something
that's
different.
my life goal and plans. Is just to try to get it out here to go back.
Give it out there.
Return to your roots. That makes
That's
sense.
what's got to be. That's what's got to be. And I'm telling you, I'm sorry, I'm gonna use that word one more time.
Yep.
They're dying off.
Yeah, that's true.
We got. That's why I'm so adamant about what the hell I'm saying, because they're dying off. So it's either the grandkids get it, or we could say, all right, we've been working 4 or 5 years. We've been did this over here. We're on the council. We got councilmen. Da 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 da. Toss it up.
It's hard. It's hard to beat. It's hard to beat Grey Goose. It's hard to beat NFA. It's hard to beat Benedict Arnold. It's hard to beat the Rose or whatever it is that's not our culture that we're known for here with all the history. It's hard to beat that last pedal they're holding on to be something that's anywhere near as impactful of what is being held on to now.
That's fair.
It's changing, dude. Like, it's rapidly. I'm sorry to say they're dying off. Like, COVID done wiped off a good 75% of the damn world. Like,
well,
the
I don't know about all
whole
that,
the
but-
whole trajectory.
Yeah, no, but I hear what you mean.
It wiped out who it needed to wipe out. You know, they did their job. They did their job very well.
No, they
They did their job very well.
They made it so it was your own fault. Like if you chose to be super unhealthy,
That was
your
it.
whole life, then COVID's gonna get you. It's gonna get you more worse than someone else.
They just
that
sped
should-
up your time. They just sped up the time that.
Like it targeted like people who just don't care about health and shit like that.
I went through my own thing during the pandemic. I went through my own thing entirely. So I didn't. It wasn't my thing. Everyone else was dealing with COVID and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I had something bigger going on. That was
It's
taking
the
my attention.
thought, man. It's the thought. They push that fear and that shit so much that when that coped with the thought in your head of like, oh my gosh, I need to get this shot. I need to put my mask on. I need to put 2 masks on. It worked because you are now literally manifesting. What they're telling you what to manifest in your own damn life.
That's fair. I think the one positive I did notice though was families I'm not saying it's a general rule, but definitely a majority of the people I know got closer and fixed a lot of familial issues because they had no choice, because they were confronted with this and this limit on your freedom of motion and your freedom to escape a situation because it's uncomfortable and inconvenient. It was gone. Like you just couldn't do that. So instead you had to face it or revel in it, I guess. But, for me, even it saved my marriage before my marriage even really started. I think that whole year of 2020 especially, it forced me to confront a lot of toxic habits that I had that I was about to bring into a new marriage. So it harbored fear, but it also harbored this, oh shit, we can't run anymore either.
I was just about to say, I don't think that's what people thought. The people didn't think that was going to come out of this, right? People didn't think we were going to, all of us as a collective, because I guarantee you all of us could say between 2019 and to this day, some crazy shit happened in our minds or some crazy shit happened with our businesses. And now we're here thriving because we didn't subject to the fear.
Yeah,
we didn't subject to the doubt. We didn't subject to the I don't know. We adapted, right? We just caught on to the wave. So, and I don't think that however COVID got here and whoever they are, I'm going to say that word again because I know exactly who I'm talking about, but they didn't expect that, right? They didn't think like, oh shit, these guys may come together and be a culture and thrive. Like, we didn't think that was going to happen. We thought we were going to kill you off, keep you in the house, and we had all your money. No, we realized we don't got money. Right? That's what COVID taught me. That taught me we don't have money. You don't have enough money in your bank account right now that let's say another damn pandemic hit and it's a 2-year pandemic. You got enough money to sustain yourself for 2 years? No. Now, personally, I don't know your situation, but I'm going to tell you as a collective, I say no.
You're right.
I definitely don't think you would be in a situation where you would profit from a 2-year pandemic for sure. I agree with you there.
So, anyways, enough about COVID. I hate COVID.
One more thing about COVID. COVID messed up my barbershop in Norristown. That was during COVID, and there was that government shutdown, that 3 months where it was like the law to not.
Oh yeah,
cut hair. So all the booth renters left. Like remember Colleen and Al, Spanish girls, because COVID just shut it down, so they all left, right? So I was there just dolo, just trying to pay the rent.
Damn.
And I was like, man, I'm not about to pay this rent for another, so I shut it down. Yep. The thing I don't like about it was a lot of people kept being like, why do you keep moving? I'm like, what do you mean why did I move? I'm like, COVID. COVID came and shut the shit down. They're like, why do you keep? I'm like, damn. Like, that's all I had to say about that. I don't just move all the time just because there's legitimate reasons, like real legit reasons. But people just think it's maybe something, just some weird decision making that I'm making, and I'll be like, nah.
They ain't look in the mirror, man. Same reason why you fucking had to quit your job twice.
Yeah.
Same reason why your kids is home for 6 months, going crazy, driving you crazy.
It got real.
You know
Shit
what?
got real.
And I think that's something that is worth mentioning, right? We all got to be a little bit more thoughtful to how something's affecting the people around us. I didn't even consider that, how much more impactful the pandemic was to you.
My mom is the one who mainly always says it to me. She's like, I don't know why you left that barbershop. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know why? I'm like, COVID. I told like 20 times.
The biggest reaon. Yeah.
Yeah.
She just thinks I just was like slacking off or something and just decided to move to that lounge. I'm like, nah, man. It's just so crazy how they just don't. It's just because people just try to look at what you're doing wrong instead of like maybe what you're going through. They just look at the person and be like, what is he doing wrong? Like,
In Norwich.
Damn.
Something wrong. Like, I know he's probably, it just be shit like that.
No, that's true. And I think, and I know I'm conscious of doing that to others too. So I got to be careful about what I say.
Yeah, man. You can't pass judgment and stuff like that. You can't just try to guess. Guessing is the worst thing that I see a lot of people do. They just try to, like, they see a post come down the newsfeed and they're just like, they just guess the rest. They see a sentence, but like, just guess the rest of it.
Fill in the lines.
Fill in the blanks. Guess.
Of
And then that's their reality. It's like whatever they're guessing is like, yeah, that's got to be what it is. And they just keep on scrolling, do it to the next person and the next person. It's just, and people wonder why the world's madness is in the world because everyone's just like,
hey, Mad Libs. That's exactly what that is. Except for culture.
What's good, Hoodie Talk family? Thank you for listening to this episode with me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Listen, do me a favor before you skedaddle out of here. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Yes, please. Subscribe to our podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever